wrestling fans, my name is Jose Toribio. Welcome to my new show, Around the Block. I do columns at NoDQ.com, and I just want to do these videos, of course, in video form, not just in text. But I want to talk about my trip to LA, going to Summerslam. It was pretty cool. The pay-per-view was okay, but beforehand was Summer Access. Summer Access was pretty cool. Even though it was really hot, there was a couple people that actually fainted from heat exhaustion and everything else. People need to stay hydrated, but I think there was a point that even if you tried to stay hydrated, it was so hot out there. But aside from that, it was a pretty cool event. I met a couple of superstars, got a couple autographs, a couple pictures. I'll be posting it up at the end of the video, or I was just putting the links at the end of the description. Probably both, maybe, I don't know. But aside from that, it was pretty cool. Met CM Punk, I met Tyler Rex and Curt Hawkins. I met Cody Rhodes, looking like Terminator. I met Dolph Ziggler, Vicky Guerrero, etc., etc., etc. But it was a pretty cool event. But yeah, so SummerSlam came along, and it was okay. The first half was pretty solid, while the second half kind of lacked in effort. Pretty much the first match was Cesaro versus Santino Marella for the U.S. Championship. And I have to say, it's about time that the title was taken away from Santino. Antonio Cesaro is a very, very good wrestler. I've been following him since ROH, and it's about time that he gets a little recognition right now. For the first match on the real pay-per-view was Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler giving the respect to Chris Jericho, giving him the win, because on Raw, Chris Jericho lost to Ziggles, and basically it terminated the contract for Chris Jericho because he's going on tour again. Second match was, I believe, Kane and Daniel Bryan. Pretty good match, I have to say. Kane was pretty good during the match. Daniel Bryan is always good. And he won with a roll-up. I pretty much predicted that because Kane doesn't really tap out to submissions because he's a monster and everything else. So with a roll-up, that's fine for me. Then after that was The Miz and Rey Mysterio. That was actually a good match. It showed that The Miz is evolving as a wrestler. He had more moves in his moveset. He gave Rey Mysterio a run for his money, and he won the match. So he beat him fair and square. Nothing cowardly or anything else, running away or any of that nature. Then comes the second half of the pay-per-view, which kind of lacked. After that was the World Heavyweight Championship. Again, it's a repeated pay-per-view event with Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. Sheamus, SmackDown is very, very thin when it comes to the talent and the main event card. It's about time that Randy Orton's back from the suspension. Wade Barrett's coming back pretty soon, and it's good to see that there's people coming back because again, it's very, very thin. It's not cool to see the same match I think it's 3 pay-per-views in a row between the three. So between them two. A match ended where Del Rio had his foot on the ropes, and the referee didn't see it. And next thing you know, shit happens. And then it was Kofi Kingston and R-Truth versus the Primetime Players for the Tag Team Championships. It was okay. It was an okay match. Pretty much the crowd was chanting Kobe Bryant because, you know, the whole AW situation. There was somebody in the crowd that had an AW sign and got taken away. It was pretty funny. And then afterwards was a triple threat match between CM Punk, John Cena, and Big Show. Surprisingly, Big Show carried most of the match. He was doing work, and he's a very impressive big guy. A lot of people are trashing him because, of course, he's not going to win the title, but he does work in the ring, and I respect him for that because not a lot of big men has versatility as a Big Show. He's been wrestling for a long time now, and for a big man to be like that, it's pretty respectable in my book. The ending ended up where there was a double submission, and Big Show tapped out to CM Punk and John Cena, which forced AJ to come out and restart the match because there was no clear winner. And after that, John Cena hit the attitude adjustment on the Big Show. CM Punk took John Cena, took him out of the ring, and pinned Big Show right away. And thus, he retains the championship. And of course, the pay-per-view ended with the whole Brock Lesnar versus Triple H match. Kind of lacked in the whole hype department because Brock Lesnar is still in the mindset of MMA. He's still in the UFC kind of mindset. Even Triple H during the match says that this is not the UFC, this is WWE, because Brock Lesnar wasn't doing any moves. He only did the Kimura lock and like one or two German suplexes. That's it. Aside from that, he was just pummeling Triple H. It was really like it wasn't a one-sided battle as I expected to be. I thought Brock Lesnar was going to destroy Triple H, but that wasn't the case. But yeah, so the ending came up to Triple H hitting his second pedigree on Brock Lesnar the first time he kicked out, and right after the second pedigree, Brock Lesnar hit the Kimura lock, and yeah, broke his arm. I don't know if he really broke his arm or anything else, but Triple H made it seem like he's going to retire. I don't believe that. I believe there's going to be a rematch pretty soon. It's August, so probably maybe Survivor Series. Maybe that's the case. But yeah, so SummerSlam, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't that great. It was not a bad show, but it wasn't that great. Some of the matches that were hyped up didn't fall into the greatest department of what would be a SummerSlam match. And now on to Raw. Raw was good Raw. Actually, I pretty much think that in some aspects Raw was pretty better. It was better than SummerSlam. We had a rematch between Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho. It came to that time again where Chris Jericho needs to go back on score for Fozzy because he is a band leader. So it was a Money in the Bank contract versus the contract for Chris Jericho. Ziggler won, pretty good match, solid match, and he was forced to leave. Aside from that, Brock Lesnar came out, and I guess he spent too much of his airtime, and he said he quit WWE because he has nobody else to fight Taker. But yeah, so it came time for him to quit again. Most likely we'll see him around October-ish, where another person is gonna call them out and everything else, or maybe it's Triple H, maybe Undertaker. I'll be thinking that'll be Survivor, like WrestleMania time. But yeah, so CM Punk was granted the wish to choose his number one contender, and he chose John Cena. But the only way that the match would happen is if John Cena would admit that CM Punk is the best in the world. And of course, John Cena didn't. John Cena wants to say that if I say that, that means I'm throwing out everything that I worked for the past 10 years, and I think he believes he's the best in the world. Probably towards the kids, probably yeah, but not entirely in the whole company, the whole company. But yeah, so that was pretty much it for Raw. Raw was pretty much solidifying some of the matches that might happen in the Night of Champions. So that about wraps it up. I'll take this couple minutes to thank a couple people. I went to LA, of course, for SummerSlam. I was very, very busy throughout the whole weekend. I went to a couple events, like baseball games and of course SummerSlam, and hang out with friends. But I want to give almost some shout outs to Noah Donish and Aaron Rift, the guys from NoDQ.com, of course the Scoop, and the NoDQ Q&A videos and text as well. They're pretty cool people. And of course, I'll give a shout out to Gilberto from the No DQ discussion forum. He's a pretty cool guy. If you meet him, he's pretty damn cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for my first episode. Sorry if I seemed a little nervous. I'm still getting used to filming myself, even though I film other people at the same time. But yeah, so hopefully down the line I'll be getting questions from you guys about wrestling in general, and I'll be able to answer your questions. Just ask me anything wrestling related, and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. The links to my email will be in the bottom, or it might be in the annotations, or just on the video. So yeah, that about wraps it up. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you at the next block.